Tonight on Supersize versus Superskinny, two worlds collide as the feeding clinic gets two more extreme eaters. Junk food addict Andy.
I think if they made a salad that tasted as good as fish and chips, I would be slim.
And too busy to eat Hannah.
Food is just something that takes up more time. It doesn't really play a role in my life.
They're damaging their bodies with their destructive diets, so it's time for a week of shock therapy. Also, our four anorexics bravely confront their issues with food head-on.
I found it exceedingly difficult watching all that oil go on.
And Anna's arms get a gruelling circus workout.
I'm the only one that can't spin properly.
For the next 5 days, Andy and Hannah will be taking part in our diet swap experiment, where they will exchange a typical week's intake, meal for meal. The swap will be overseen by Dr. Christian Jessen, who's giving both Supersize and Superskinny a wake-up call before it's too late. Superskinny Hannah runs her own bookkeeping business, leaving her no time to eat.
Running my own business means that I'm very, very busy, very focused on my work. I tend to get very involved in what I'm doing and forget about eating.
Despite being 28, Hannah exists on a diet of sugary snacks and kids' cereal.
If I'm in the office and I want something quick that I can eat while I'm working, a bowl of cereal is the easiest thing, and I don't really like any other cereals other than chocolate.
For Hannah, food is just something else on her list of things to do.
There are lots of things which I don't like or I won't eat. I don't cook, I don't get involved with food, so for me it's just another thing that has to be done.
The only decent meal she gets is dinner, which her partner insists she eats.
I just worry that she's not getting, that which she needs during the day.
But it's the arrival of her son Charlie that's finally prompted her to change.
Having Charlie's made me realise that I need to adjust the way that I deal with food. I don't want to project onto him my eating habits.
Hi there, Hannah. I'm Christian. Nice to meet you.
Hannah's been put through a detailed medical to make sure she's up to the task ahead.
So that makes you 95 pounds.
At 6 stone 10 and at 5'7", Hannah should be around 9 stone. Her low weight has some serious health implications.
For the same reasons that overweight people have health risks, underweight people do too. And with someone with a diet as bad as yours, where you're lacking all sorts of important things that you need, you're going to run into problems with musculature, breakdown, weakness, tiredness, lethargy, anemia. They might not necessarily be happening now, but leave things as they are, and that will be a reality in the future.
Good boy.
Not only is her quick fix diet having an impact on her body, her erratic eating is causing problems at home.
Charlie.
When I come home from work, he'll say, "Oh, what have you eaten today?" And I generally don't answer him. And it's kind of got to the point where he doesn't bring up food because he knows it will cause an argument.
If she had a bit more energy, we could do more things, rather than just sitting in front of the TV, which tends to be what happens. And I just, I fear, that if we just did this for the rest of our lives, that, that maybe our relationship wouldn't last forever.
My partner does everything, cooking, cleaning, he looks after our son, and I'd like to be able to participate in that.
So does your partner mainly do the hard work, the housework and the looking after your baby?
Yeah.
Why are you getting upset?
Because it's not fair on them.
If you realise that it's such a problem, and you can see that and it's upsetting you now, why do you think you haven't been able to change it so far?
I don't know, because I don't know how to get out of the cycle. I don't know how to change the way that I view food. I don't know how to change my lifestyle. And I'm not going to listen to anyone that's close to me because I like them to think that I can do it all by myself.
But Hannah doesn't have to go it alone. Coming to the rescue is Supersize Andy, who's hoping to pass on his passion for food.
Step on, and let's see how much you weigh. So that makes you £347.
At nearly 25 stone, junk food addict Andy is morbidly obese. Just like Hannah, this 32-year-old from Walsall is devoted to his family, but his diet could destroy his life.
I'm only 32, but I don't think I'll be here much longer if I keep going the way I'm going.
Andy's binging is based on fast food.
My favourite food is possibly chips, and any meal you can think of. Even a Sunday roast, I might scoop some chips on there. I love kebab meat, and nearly every time I go to the chip shop, if I don't have the kebab meat with the chips, I have a kebab burger to take with me as well. I need re-educating. I'm stuck in my own little bubble.
Tell me about your weight history.
I've always been bigger than everybody else. I've always roughly been the same weight in stones as my age, up until the age of about 26, 27.
What's causing your weight gain?
I know it's common sense to eat less, exercise more, to lose weight, but I really don't know the right way to go about these things.
With a second child on the way, he's desperate to get his life on track.
How lucky can one guy be?
Recently made redundant, Andy sings for charity at his local bingo club.
Like the fella once said, ain't that a kick in the head?
If I go for job interviews, I think when I walk into the room and the interviewer's sitting there, I think they've made their mind up before I've sat down because of my size. He can't do this job. He's lazy. He's not going to be reliable. So I feel it affects my work options as well. But I feel like I'm letting it beat me as well. And I can't let that happen.
But as well as his weight affecting his career options, it's also having a serious effect on his young son.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about it. It's Jake, isn't it?
Jake, yes.
Tell me what's happening with him.
He's a little mini-me, and that's very scary to think that I'm his role model.
Eating a takeaway and chips every night is going to be telling him this is an acceptable way to behave and to eat. And it's not, is that?
No, I need to change my entire outlook now and do something that I can realistically keep on doing forever.
With a 20-stone difference, Andy and Hannah are complete opposites. Before they begin the swap, it's time for them to meet.
It's really nice to meet you. This has been the most nerve-wracking part of this.
Andy and Hannah have provided details of a typical week's food intake, which they'll be swapping when the experiment begins.
We're going to start with your breakfast. Here we go. Whoa! Sweets for breakfast. Breakfast, yeah, is that about right? Ugh, some sort of revolting-looking cereal. Let's go on to lunches. Let's see how much you tend to get through for lunch. That looks like more cereal.
It's something I can eat while I'm still working.
Now, dinners, I think your partner makes, doesn't he?
He does,
So I'm
yes.
hoping these are about... Let's have a look. What's this?
Chicken, potatoes, salad.
Again, that looks like, what, a bit of pork or a bit of chicken, something like that? Yeah? And that's it.
Hannah consumes just over 1,000 calories a day. An average woman should consume double that. Not only is she under-eating, she's also missing out on most of the vitamins and minerals her body requires.
Right, Andy, we're going to start with your breakfast.
Okay.
Whoa!
Believe it or not, I thought I was skipping breakfast.
Let's go on and have a look at your lunches. Wow, okay. Kebab, chips, Savoy. Let's see what you eat for dinner. Masses, more chips, Savoy, burger. There's a theme running through this tube. Do you see what it is?
I seem to have, as you can see, chips with everything. This has always been the way I've eaten.
Okay. You also snack in between meals.
Thanks to his junk food diet, Andy's clocking up over 5,000 calories a day. He consumes 3 times his recommended daily salt intake and a whopping 250 grams of fat.
The sheer quantities, it's upset me. I didn't expect that at all.
Coming up, Hannah fronts up to fast food.
There's probably about 3 or 4 meals here.
Andy faces some hard truths.
You definitely do not want to take the